It was one part revival meeting, one part political rally,
This is Eric and Kirk.
and one part celebration of life for a fallen martyr to the conservative cause.
Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do. That man, that young man, I forgive him.
The Super Bowl-sized memorial service for conservative icon Charlie Kirk had the feel of a state funeral. The corridors of conservative power in Washington were largely empty, transported for a day to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
Please welcome to the stage Secretary Marco Rubio.
The roster of speakers included much of the presidential cabinet, Vice President J.D. Vance, and was headlined by President Donald Trump.
Charlie has been reunited with his Creator in heaven. His voice on earth will echo through the generations.
A capacity crowd of tens of thousands lined up in the pre-dawn hours to honor the man many credit with putting Donald Trump in office with the votes of young conservatives.
He really was the first person to reach out to the youth in the conservative movement. He made conservatism cool again.
Alyssa Grover attended the Utah University appearance where Kirk was shot.
When I heard the bullet, I turned my head and everyone got down, and we were down for like maybe 30 seconds-ish, and then everyone started running.
That experience led her to join the throngs in Arizona. Charlie Kirk was a polarizing figure. He had controversial views on gays, on abortion, on immigrants, on minorities. But those views aren't controversial here. His assassination has united conservatives behind him in death. Kirk's death has launched a debate over the Trump administration's promise to crack down on liberal voices the president accuses of fomenting leftist violence. To the thousands inside and outside of State Farm Stadium who formed the cult of Kirk, he is the personification of free speech. To the administration he served, Kirk's lasting legacy may well be to serve as a justification for a government campaign to suppress it. John Hendren, Al Jazeera, Glendale, Arizona.
Don't miss out and get the full.
Warning: this show contains strong language, brutal opinions, and zero apologies given. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome to Savaged Unfiltered, where truth gets raw, opinions stay real, and nothing is off limits. This isn't your average podcast. It's the unfiltered conversation you've been craving. Politics, culture, chaos, we're diving into it all. No scripts, no safe spaces, just savage takes and real talk. You're in the right place. Strap in. It's time to get unfiltered. Savage.
Sure. He was white, huh? What? So hold on. Let me go into this here with you. So you're basically saying the only reason why she forgave Tyler Robinson in the memorial is because he's white. It has nothing to do with her Christianity background, right? Has nothing to do with that. Huh. It doesn't make any damn sense one bit at all. Because he's white, she forgave him, folks. There's the leftist headline right there tonight, guys, for you. ABC, CNN, all that. Because he's white, folks. That's why. Because he's white. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Really, I mean, it's disgusting and that. So I'm sure if it was a black man, she wouldn't be forgiving him. Is that what they're pretty much insinuating? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, that's the society we live in today. I noticed that it is catching some attention from the Views media personality Whoopi Goldberg. Not only addressing that, I mean, she went into a whole charade with the whole Jimmy Kimmel suspension and all that, declaring that no one will silence us, and then she goes into saying something relevant, going into what we're discussing here about the memorial last night, that no one will silence us, that she's on that silence train. Oh, no one will silence us. Come on. Mm. Is that right? Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I was a teenager when that came out, and it was about girls jumping on trampolines. That's what the whole moniker was. Yeah. No, no, he's a fucking joke. He really is. He's a damn joke, you know. And again, it's like these people think that they're making content, they're creating, some type of leverage in the media. I mean, I get it, they're media personalities, but free speech is one thing, but when you take it to a drastic level, it's on a totally, totally different ball game, really. I mean, come on. Yeah. Absolutely. That's something new. Consequence culture. I mean, hell, I was gonna go into something simple with this show and just call it uh the aftermath and reviews and thoughts of the Charlie Kirk Memorial, but I think this episode kind of ties into that. May I use that, Bunny, with that cancel culture? Okay. Yeah, I wanna bring in this other caller here to the show here. This person requesting up. Yeah, hang on. We got chicken coming up here. Bear with me, guys. This. Hold on, before you come in here, chicken. This is what I have to put up with. I can broadcast all my content, every platform on here through my network, but some strange reason, TikTok they put that shield in with this network that I broadcast on. But I mean, it would be a hell of a lot easier. It would, folks, instead of going down and using my other device, going down and using my other device. But it is what it is. Chicken, welcome into the show. What's your views on yesterday's memorial for Charlie Kirk? Sure. A lot of people are going into that publicity stunt. They're calling yesterday's memorial for Kirk a publicity stunt. That's all it was. It was a political publicity stunt, and all of the conservative movement, the base was in attendance because they're trying to hype up for the midterms. Isn't that disgusting? I find that very disgusting on how the left would even insinuate that to begin with. A man just lost his life last week. It wasn't for publicity. It was in honor of what he not only meant for the youth of this nation, but the rest of America as well too. But to call it that, that's uh, yeah. Mm, okay. Oh, he's back. He's back. I know. I seen all that crap that they're trying to mimic the whole, we are Charlie Kirk, but they're doing it now for Jimmy Kimball. We are Jimmy Kimball. Like something bad happened to him. Well, something did bad happen to Jimmy Kimball. I mean, he got fired and terminated, and rightfully so. I mean, the guy he's an animal. There's nothing nice about him, you know? Hmm. Unfortunately, folks, those that are joining me on Rumble and X, the word "unalive," we have to say that on TikTok. Unfortunately, so people that are seeing me on Rumble and TikTok, excuse me, Rumble and X, yeah, that's the Mickey Mouse vocabulary we have to go in. So I mean, got people that are kind of commenting on X, like, "What the hell is unalive? I don't understand what this is." But that's what it is. You know. But I thought it was a very beautiful, beautiful memorial. I really did. Yeah. No, no, no. I mean, hold on, leftists. I would understand if it was a publicity stunt. Yeah, if they were charging people to come there, yeah, then I can maybe take a small, right, guys, maybe just a small little credit of a publicity stunt. But it wasn't a publicity stunt. The entire event was free to the public, but it was selling out like crazy. And what I mean by selling out is they were getting full capacity, like within shit, at least 20 minutes after they opened up the gates to the stadium, you know? I'm getting reports that there was well over 90,000 inside and out, they're saying. Was it more or that I'm getting around 90,000 from certain sources, on X, including Rumble, yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't know that that stadium held, 100,000. Are you talking about, like, because obviously they had some floor seating and stuff like that down there as well too. Mm, okay. Yeah. 300,000. Oh my god. Wow. Huh. Yeah. That's a lot though. Yeah. Yeah, the Arizona Cardinals, yeah. I mean, but I wasn't aware that that stadium there in Glendale held that amount. I thought it was like maybe I don't know, like 35, 40,000, if that. I wasn't I mean, I know it's a stadium and everything, but it's nothing, compared to like the stadium near me. Like I live near Atlanta, folks, and Mercedes-Benz there where Atlanta Falcons play. I think it holds like roughly about shit, almost like 50, 65,000, something like that. It's a huge stadium, you know. But yeah, yeah. So what did you guys think of the moment with, as President Trump was still on stage, um, Erica was, meeting him there towards the middle, and as he was greeting her, you know, um, and I knew this was going to come due to the, her high emotions and reactions, which is expected. What did you think of her coming up towards the president, uh, not shaking his hand with, with respect, but literally hugging the man? Huh. And rightfully so. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We have some we have some reactions coming from certain outlets, basically saying, and I'm not going to go to every comment because some of these comments are disgusting that I'm seeing on social. Basically saying that uh, that form of action towards a sitting president was uncalled for. What? Her husband passed away a week ago. What do you want her to do? Shake his hand and say, "Oh, thank you for coming here and in support and paying homage to my late husband." How these people like? Do they think before they say these things or comment on their little keyboards? Mm, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I wanna go to, we have a new speaker coming up, that guy there from TikTok. Welcome in, that guy. How you doing, pal? Doing fine, doing fine. So, what did you think of yesterday's memorial there, in Glendale? Yeah. Well, again, I hate to interject though, but like, everyone there was showing different forms and ranges of emotion. Obviously, the way Charlie meant to, each person there in attendance was on a different scale, a different degree of levels. So obviously, President Trump was showing a real emotion. He was not only emotion, but he was showing frustration and anger, obviously, towards even our current state of violence in this country, and rightfully so. But I mean, should he? But hold on. Should the rhetoric? But should he have, kept his composure? I would agree with that to an extent, but you have to understand even what he's going through right now as a president. I mean, he's dealing with this high level of violence in the nation. So yeah, he tried to keep it, but he couldn't keep it, obviously, because he's a real person. Yeah. Okay. Mm. Sure. Well, I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. To a degree, he went on a little bit. He did. You know. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. You mean holding the same speech that President Trump held? What do you mean by that? If you want to expand on a little bit about that. Yeah. Okay. Wha- well, again, that would come from the right too, and I'm going to be quick on this because I got to get a quick break in. But yeah, I would understand what you mean by that. They would go into that rhetoric and they would say, "See, folks, this is what we." Well, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, I'm not trying to defend them or nothing, but it would be kind of hard to say. I don't know if they would show any real emotion or not. I don't know. It's kinda hard. It's kinda hard to say. Yeah. Yeah, one second, guys. I gotta get a quick break. Guys, this show is basically being powered by and sponsored by Blackout Coffee. For those joining me on the live stream on Rumble and X and including YouTube. Scan this QR code that's on your screen, guys, and use this promo code Savage15. We're going to give you 15% off this amazing product called Blackout Coffee. With a feature product you have on the screen here called Brutal Awakening. And if that's not enough for you guys, try out their amazing product called 2A Guns and Gadgets for all my Second Amendment advocates out there, guys. Really, really great coffee that will not give you jitters, crashes after an hour. It's literally your non-woke company, and they stand by their word, guys. They really do. Another great promotion that's coming up right now with them is basically missions for the military, right? They have Operation Blackout. That's what it's being called right now on their website at blackoutcoffee.com. Head over there, guys. You're going to love it. What I mean by that is for every bag or Keurig cup that you purchase through Blackout Coffee, they are going to take 2 cups of that and literally donate it to our military that's overseas. Isn't that great? You know, your brave men and women are not only fighting for you, for your freedoms and liberties, right? But you're going to want them to have a cup of coffee in the morning to start their mission outright, right? Why not? Join this movement today, guys. A really, really proud sponsor of this show, as well as our brave men and women in the military. Blackout Coffee, guys. Blackout Coffee, fully automatic coffee for you, the conservative listener. Thanks very much, guys. Back to the show. So I want to go into this here with you guys with Ted Cruz. Okay, Ted Cruz basically, going on a respectable charade here, more or less, and rightfully so. Now, Ted Cruz was basically questioning the entire narrative on how everything is playing out here with everything, guys. You're going to want to check this out because I thought it was, it was a respectful way of kind of bringing it in. Here's Ted Cruz here on Sunday mornings with Maria here.
Joining me now with more on the life and legacy of Charlie Kirk is one of the foremost experts on constitutional law, Texas Senator Ted Cruz. And last weekend, Senator Cruz took matters into his own hands and painted over vulgar graffiti about Charlie Kirk along a Houston highway. Senator, thank you so much for being here today.
Well, Maria, I'm glad to be here. I wish none of us had to be here. What happened on September 10th was horrifying. All of us watched on live television, on social media. We watched an assassination that broke hearts across America. I first met Charlie when he was 18 years old. Charlie was a good friend of mine. He was an extraordinary leader. When I met him, he was a kid who had just graduated from high school. He'd never gone to college, but he had a vision. He had a vision of what would become Turning Point USA. He had a vision of energizing young people to love liberty, to love the Constitution, to love free enterprise, to love America. And I got to say, at the time, it was right after Barack Obama had gotten reelected. It was a time where young people, it was hip and cool to be left, to be Democrat, to be socialist. That's where the young people were. But Charlie had a vision, and he started a movement, and it is extraordinary the number of lives he changed, and he changed them through substance, through boldness. He would go to college campuses. He would engage with all comers, and he would treat them with respect. He would treat them with dignity, but he would engage on substance. And I have to say, sitting here today, it doesn't feel real what happened to Charlie, and we are.
I want to pause it right there. What's your reactions to that, guys? With that video there with Ted Cruz, basically, going into that story of how he met Charlie, 18 years old. Wow, 18 years old, and looked at Charlie as a remarkable young man back then, and obviously up to his his death last week. I mean,
it tracks. It absolutely tracks. Everybody that's known Charlie from the beginning, from the time he decided to start Turning Point and really get into this stuff till you know last week when he went down. Everybody that's known him says the same thing.
Mm.
He's a very highly intelligent, highly passionate young man. He was driven, and he just wanted what's best for the country. And he put his faith and religion behind all of it. It's it's a sad end to a hell of a legacy. It really is.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. I don't think he was into religion. I think he was a Christian. Does that make sense?
So you're saying more or less he was more spiritual than religious, right? If I'm getting that correct.
Right. So, you know, he believed in Jesus Christ as our Savior, and he
Mm.
believed in the Lord our God.
Okay.
So, you can separate religion and Christianity very easily.
Oh yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the fact that Ted Cruz went out and I saw the video of him painting over what was said about Charlie, I was like, "You go, boy."
Yeah.
Ted Cruz.
Yeah, they're calling that vandalism. I seen a post circulating. Obviously, um, the video I showed for some of my other audience there on Rumble and X. They're disgusted by what the left is saying now. The left is now saying that Ted Cruz should be charged with vandalism for taking white paint and trying to erase those words on that freeway overpass.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the words that were painted in the first place,
That's
that's not
vandalism.
initiative, that's vandalism.
Yeah, yeah,
Obscene to begin with.
That part. The minute you use the word fuck, sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Shit.
Well, not just that, but if we want to break this down to its most basic form, Ted Cruz is a government official, right?
Mhm.
Who is it that goes out and cleans up these kind of messes? Government employees.
Yeah,
He's an employee of the government. He's a government official. Why can't he go up there and clean up his own streets?
sure, sure,
Absolutely.
sure. Why not? Why not?
Problem that he used.
Yeah. Go ahead, chicken,
And the fact that it was Ted Cruz that
or one of
did
you.
it is absolutely phenomenal because not a lot of people know about Ted Cruz. He's not actually a natural born American. He's Canadian. He immigrated here
Isn't
naturally.
he Isn't he Cuban descent too, as well?
I believe so, yeah, but he was born in Canada and he came here and he is what I
Oh,
call the true definition of an American patriot.
oh,
He came here from another country because of our beliefs and what we stand for.
yeah,
And he has taken them wholeheartedly and now he lives by them.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The problem that he was white.
What's that, chicken?
Oh, I was saying, what's the problem that he used white paint? Is that what they were complaining about? Or no, hell, who knows?
Who
Well,
knows?
the problem is he covered up somebody else's words.
Yeah,
Somebody put the graffiti up there and Ted Cruz took it upon himself to go cover it up because it was obscene and profane. But they don't see it that way. They see that as an expression of free speech, and that should have been left alone when that's not the case.
sure. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I want to bring. I want hold on, hold that, guys. I want to bring Caitlin in here. Caitlin requested up. Caitlin, welcome into the show. How you doing? Thanks for being part of the program here on TikTok. So what is your views on just about everything from the last maybe 24 going now into 2 days here with the memorial and how it was done, how it was presented? Do you have any views? Even hopefully you don't have any negative views. And if you do have negative views, that's okay. I'll listen to it. But I don't think there was nothing negative about yesterday's event.
In all honesty, I am one of those people. I use my platform and my live stream to say that, I am a part of the We Are Charlie Kirk. So first with the devastation that happened on the 10th to him, I can honestly say it pissed me off more than I have as
Mm.
far as the memorial, I think that it was absolutely beautiful, and I applaud Erica Kirk so much because the strength that that woman has to be able to say, you know, Jesus told everybody, or told God that, everybody that was doing everything they was whenever he was on the cross and stuff like that to crucify him. He said, Lord, forgive them, for they not know what they are doing.
Mm.
And so the fact that she said, to that young man, I forgive you, oh my God, like that just gave me chills. And it honestly just showed exactly how strong of a woman she is. Even when she addressed the nation, yeah, she talked about Charlie a lot, but how many of us can honestly go through something like that and talk about God, rejoice about God, say, I don't understand, why this is a part of God's plan for me, for him, for my family, but Charlie knows and God knows. Because in all honesty, there would be no way that I would be able to say that.
Well, let me stop you right there, and I appreciate what you said there, but I have to give some kudos to those that are joining us here on Rumble. They hear you guys. Your voices are getting out there in support of this. So I want to say thank you very much to AJ from actually this is from YouTube. Wow, I'm surprised YouTube. I'm not saying that in a negative way, but thank you very much, AJ. Appreciate the support. So they hear you guys. So I mean, we got to get this out there. We have to make this movement strong. We have to do it for Charlie, but we have to do it for the sake of this nation because this nation is under attack with evilness. It really is.
And that's one of the things too with my lives. People try to make it a Democrat versus Republican thing, and I definitely do not agree with any ideologies that the Democrats try to push. But I really took some time and just really thought about everything, since January, or not January 10th, September 10th, and I realized that this has nothing to do with Democrats versus Republicans. This is everything to do with spiritual warfare. It has
Mm.
everything to do with good versus evil. It has everything to do with humanity versus insanity. And and if you don't, if you're watching and you're listening to me right now, if you don't believe in God, if you don't believe in Jesus, that's your own personal decision. But a lot of us can agree that the Bible is unfolding in front of our faces every single day. I do
Mm.
believe that Charlie Kirk did expect this to come one day. I do think that he knew that this was going to happen to him one day, because the Bible does warn us believers that, when we start talking truth, when we start defending Jesus' name, that we will be persecuted, that we will be unalived for it, that we will be thrown in jail and all kinds of stuff, because the world first hated Jesus, so therefore they're gonna hate us also. But that doesn't. But just because and honestly, it's sad that we now live in a time where people can't simply agree to disagree. People have to get their panties in a wad so bad that they feel the need to take someone's life over it, and that's honestly disgusting.
Mm.
But the fact of the matter is, I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, but
No, it's all right. You're fired up, and I get it. I mean, and rightfully so. Like what Charlie lit a fuse, like a good fuse, like a firecracker behind us, and basically ignited this country in a positive direction. He really did, and people are starting to see exactly. It's not about the right and the left, or the left and the right, and the center balance and all that. It's not about that. And folks, I'm getting tired. I really am about this political type of shift where, oh, well, maybe we need a third party to kind of balance it. No, it has nothing to do with parties. Our two-party system right now would work beautifully if the other side would basically compromise in a little fashion and agree once in a blue, instead of saying, no, that doesn't work because of that group or that class or that gender or this and that. Like, You know what I mean? It's just
That's savage. That's something I've been preaching on almost every TikTok panel I've been on. Until we, as a people, right, left, center, doesn't matter. Until we
mm,
as a people can learn how to sit down, have that cordial conversation where, you know what, I hear your opinions. I don't agree with them, but I hear you. Let's have a discussion. Find somewhere in the middle of all this nastiness that we can coexist.
mm,
Until we can get to that point, it's not going to stop.
no.
Yeah, and that guy, that's exactly what Charlie preached.
Mm.
It is 100%. He was trying to be that middle ground. That's why he gave everybody the platform that he did to come and speak with him and have those discussions.
Yeah.
Open dialogue.
One
Yeah.
thing I wanted to bring up, and my daughter sent me something, and I think she kind of might have had a ripple effect that she don't know. And when I saw the TikTok, I always checked, is this credible before I believe it? But it was a young man. I'm saying young; he was probably early 30s. And he said, if she can forgive the person who unalived her husband, I can forgive the person who unalived my brother. And he sent the message to the guy. He said the guy's name that had unalived his brother,
Mm.
and said he hoped the message got to him. And I did look it up, and it was a man that had. It sounds like it was a bar fight, and it was just one punch to the head, and sadly he passed, and the guy did 90 days in jail because for whatever reason. But I was like, maybe this will be something that can start something.
Mm.
I don't know. And the other thing I was going to bring up about the political thing is I'm a history buff. I've always been a big believer in history repeats itself. And, I was an 80s kid born in, late 70s, grew up in the early 80s. And you always think about stuff you saw on TV. And, of course, the first thing is Challenger. But for me, the second thing was a politician that was doing a live talk on TV.
Oh, and he killed himself.
Yeah, he unalived himself. And, I know politics were not near as dirty back then in the early 80s as they are now. Or if it was, it wasn't as outspoken as it was.
Yeah, I want to shift gears here. Yeah, guys, I want to shift gears before I bring you in, Jody. I see Jody joining us here in a minute. 1 second, Jody. I want to plug a clip here with Jasmine Crockett now going into even more rhetoric because the left is now using this. Listen to this, guys. This is absolutely disgusting.
You can wave all the flags you want to, but I am telling you right now that the most unpatriotic people that we have in this country are MAGA and this president. We are the real patriots, and it is time for us to take our flag back and show people what America is about. You can't say that you love the Constitution while decimating it with every single stroke of a pen for an executive order, while decimating it, while you are disrespecting our troops that have signed up to protect our freedoms,
Shut up.
not
Get
just
her
here,
off.
but
Get her off. Get her off. Get her off. She's something else. She really is. Oh, it's a destination and it's appalling. It's appalling. It's appalling. Shut up. Shut up. You're a fake. You're a fake. You're a fraud. You haven't done jack shit for this nation. So uh,
The Texas governor being Hot Wheels. That right there, that was a word too far.
yeah.
I lost all respect for her, and I cannot wait for her to lose her district in this next election cycle, so she doesn't have that platform any longer to spew her hatred.
Yeah. Yeah, and first and foremost, I agree with you there. Who is that? Rob. Thank you for Rob Schneider. He's always coming in my lives there on. Thank you very much, Rob. Rob is chiming in saying, "You go, Savage." Thank you very much. Hat tip to you, Rob. Appreciate the hell out of you. So, we're gonna go to Jody here. Jody, welcome into the panel. How you doing, bud? It's and please don't go anywhere. I was talking with you, man, on a panel. I don't want to go too much into the conversation, but don't give up on this damn movement, because this movement is about to fire up a, 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 a pedestal. It's going to fire up something even further than that. We're gonna go into another realm of Americanism in this nation. I mean, Charlie Kirk literally he ignited something great for us, and I mean, unfortunate that a radical nut job took his life last week. That's unfortunate that it happened to Charlie. But you know what? Charlie's watching down on us, guys. He's watching down and he's making sure this country's going in the right direction. You know. Yeah. Appreciate. Thank you very much for being part of the show today. So, yeah, yeah, thank you. So yeah, whoever wanted to chime in, I want to go into this even more with this. Like I said, the left is now going to use this, and they're going to. I mean, they're going to use it like it's gorilla glue. They're going to put it all over the damn place. For the next year, possibly, probably the next 10, 20 years. Go ahead, man. Yeah, fire in. Go ahead. All right, we'll go back to Jody. No, you're fine. You're fine. Hey, if I'm talking too much, just cut me off. That's fine. That's fine. So I appreciate that. You see what that is, guys? Hold on. You see what he's doing there, ladies and gentlemen? He is based that's respect right there. I love it. So thank you very much, Jody. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So uh mm, yeah, well, first and foremost, sir, my condolences go out to your family for that. I mean, what you're going through with you said your great aunt, right? I'm very sorry that that you're dealing with this. Of course, guys, it's life. We all deal with it, but it's something that we don't want to deal with. But again, my thoughts and prayers and condolences go out to your family in this tragic time. So thank you for bringing it up, but also I'm sorry. There's not more I can say about it, but yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Caitlin. Yeah, I sure hope we fire something up because again, here's something I want to bring up with all this. We're constantly complaining on the right, conservatives, about what they're doing wrong and how they're radically changing our nation. They are, folks. Don't get me wrong. But guess what? Guess what? Stop complaining, stop moaning, and do something about it. Reach out to your elected officials and make change. Because when you don't voice out, nothing gets done. It gets ignored. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, they're complacent. They know that they know what's going on, but they're just complacent. They're lazy to recognize the true reality of what they're more or less bringing into our society. Now, I want to bring this up here. This Whoopi here. You guys could see on my Rumble and my X feed here when you're joining us on Rumble and X. Now she goes into this here, saying that no one will silence us. What does she mean by that? Now, I want to bring in a new caller into the show. We got Lo that's joining us here. Welcome in, Lo. How you doing? Doing well. Doing well. So, Lo, I got a question to ask you. What do you mean? What do you think Whoopi Goldberg means by this? No one will silence this, or excuse me, silence us. She now hold on before you go into that with a response. She referred that to the Jimmy Kimball situation, as well as the people voicing out their uh obviously their feelings and radical emotions towards what happened to Charlie Kirk. Now I use radical because the ones that are going crazy over it and saying that we shouldn't be terminated from our jobs of posting videos on how we feel about the man or how we felt about the man, they shouldn't be held accountable. That's what she's referring to. Do you have any response on that? Mm. You think so? I think so too. I think she understands that the time there is coming up, and if not her being terminated from the network, I think they're going to cancel the entire show of The View, because it's not a typical talk show where you know they take topics on both. I mean, obviously, I know it's a political show, right? They have their what's called the hot topics there, right, where they get into trending type of headlines. I get it, but They only take stuff on the right. They don't go into the stuff on the left. I mean, it's a very biased show, if you ask me. Mm. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad. And yes, folks, those joining us on the other platforms, the left is now attacking this. They're attacking this. Like I said, they're using it like gorilla glue. They're putting it all over different types of headlines that they're fabricating in. They're spinning, they're twisting, they're spinning, they're twisting, they're going this, they're going there. I mean, it's driving them nuts. Not only does President Trump live in a leftist mindset, but the entire event that happened to Charlie Kirk, even when he was alive and he was at different rallies and he spoke to the kids, and the kids were actually listening, folks. They were waking up. And that's why they went after Charlie, because they seen that the very same children, the very same youth of this generation that once would agree with leftist ideologies were shifting over. They were jumping over the fence and they were paying attention to Charlie, and Charlie was resonating with them. And that's why they were getting upset. And it's driving the left crazy. They're like, no, we can't have this. We have to have chaos. We have to have a chaotic theory. We have to live in chaotic mode. They're psychotic. They really are. Oh. Mm. Mm. Mm, I agree, and I really agree. And those that are tuning in us in on the live stream, stop with that ideology narrative that the only reason why Erica Kirk said what she said last night, that she forgave Tyler Robinson, is because he was another white man. That is absolutely ridiculous. She forgave him because she goes deep into her Christian values. And that's what she believes a Christian should do: forgive the sinners, right? Don't ignore what they did. Don't ignore the sin, but we are to forgive the sinners. That's what she meant by that. That's a Christian, a really, really hard, you know, deep down depth Christian. I mean, we had another person on the panel basically saying that, it's because of another white man. That's why she forgave him, because it was another white man. They went into that leftist ideology. That's ridiculous. That's crap that they would say that, you know? But we're losing time on the show, guys. I'll take two more questions if you guys want to chime in on any of this. But we're gonna depart here in about 2 minutes. So I do want to encourage people that are tuning us in on the live stream here. Oh God, where the hell's it at? I'm losing it. I'm I'm losing the battle here. Where the hell did it go? Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, one second. There we go. We're looking through like different graphics here. Guys, if you want to be part of the program on our regular panels, call in to discuss these topics. 470-563-8318. 470-563-8318. We got to get this graphic on the top so we don't like lose it. You know what I mean? But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I got a last. Yeah, go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, Savage, appreciate you for having me up, man. Just remember, I'm not going anywhere.
You better not go anywhere. Damn it, we need you. Shit, man. Yeah. It takes a lot. It's ridiculous. It is. It's idiotic. These people, they lost their damn minds. They really have. You know. Mm. 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 Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, I want to direct your attention before we close it out here. As a podcaster, a media personality, I took a lot of thought on this, and I made a decision, guys, that I'm actually partnering with Turning Point USA. Guys, I'd like you to show your support by giving any amount any amount, please. It doesn't matter if it's 50 cents or 25 cents, or it could be anything, guys. Just please show your support in honoring Charlie Kirk by showing your support to today, guys. You're going to receive a We Are Charlie Kirk wristband. Okay, by donating today. Okay, because Charlie's vision is America's future, and the fight continues under Charlie. Okay, the fight continues. Charlie poured his life into building a movement rooted for faith, freedom, and the love of his nation. He believed America's future depended on raising up a generation who would never surrender. And that vision is alive and stronger than ever before today, guys. Okay? We will make Charlie proud. We will defend America's future, and we will never stop until our freedom prevails in this nation and succeeds in this nation. Please head over to turningpointusa.com. That's tpusa.com. Okay. And join the movement today, guys. And please, guys, get involved with this amazing organization. Okay. And support Charlie as well as his family. Okay. Well, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's 20 cents or 25 cents, guys. Please, whatever you can do. Okay? Because it's not going to me. Don't think I'm benefiting anything from this, guys. It's not going to me. It's going to this amazing organization. It really is. So, but I want to say thank you very much for those that are joined us on TikTok here. We got Low, we got Chicken, we got Bunny. I forgot a couple other names. Jody, Caitlin. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Remember, Every Tuesday we do these lives through our regular show, but we're doing something a little different today, okay? Because I'm going to be out of town on official business with other things, but I can't tell you that. So. So you're so funny. So thank you very much, guys, and till next time, I'm out of here. Later.
This had been a Truth Productions media episode. Thank you for listening.